Ladies and gentlemen, super excited to bring on a very well-renowned guest known as Let Me Solo Her. Summoning into the game for an in-game interview. For the sake of anonymity, we're going to be doing this interview via Discord TTS. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you today?
Klein said hello /.
So we're using the Discord TTS. We're super excited. I'm super excited here. Thank you for agreeing to do this interview. My first question for you, where did the idea of this character come from?
Klein said it was by chance, really.
Okay, so by chance. So there was never any real plan, be like, hey, let me make this viral character and go live. When did you know, hey, this is more than what I thought it was gonna become? Was there a moment when you're like, hey, people really are enjoying this character?
Klein said no. One day I decided to don on a jar on my head since I didn't want to show my face.
in real life, when did it become hey, you're the most popular Elden Ring player of all time? What did you see something on Reddit, on Twitter? What was that moment that you're like, hey, this is kind of a cool deal?
Klein said my friend showed me a link on Reddit.
What was your reaction when you saw that link?
Klein said at first I thought it was pretty cool.
Was there, so part of your agreeance to do the interview was to not use voice. Can you talk about why that's important to you?
Klein said my character is all about the fact that anyone can be Let Me Solo Her.
Anyone can be Let Me Solo Her. I got you. So when you started to do this, did people reach out to you after you beat Melania for the first time? How did people get in touch with you? Because trying to beat Melania is very difficult.
Klein said a lot of people needed my help when I became popular on Reddit.
For you, so you work a job. What is your daily Let Me Solo Her duties like? When you get home from work, what do you do? Are you doing it every night, or when can people catch you?
Klein said I definitely don't help as much nowadays.
Why is that?
Klein said I get summoned less often.
Really? Do you think that's really interesting? Because since we started, Elden Ring, it's been one thing. Hey, Dan, watch the Let Me Solo Her. It's been such a popular requested thing. For you, do you feel it's just people have not, everyone's beaten Melania, or why do you think that is?
Klein said either that or they do not need my help anymore. Klein said it makes me happy and sad.
For you, when you're able to help someone beat Melania, because it's, clearly it's been arguably the most difficult Souls boss of all time. When you help someone beat Melania, what does that feel like on your end?
Klein said it feels like an everyday thing now.
So for you, someone who can regularly, and I haven't seen the videos because we're saving them, but someone who can regularly destroy Melania at the drop of a hat, how did you become that good at the fight? Did you research the best way? Was it trial and error? What is your process to defeating her?
Klein said trial and error, and just fighting her over 300 times. Klein said practice and practice.
It's 300 times, okay. 300. Oh, okay. For people that may be struggling with Melania, and you could give them your best, maybe 1 or 2 tips that anyone could use regardless of play style, what would be your best tips for beating Melania?
Klein said please be patient. Learn visual and audio cues.
There's a notorious attack that she has. We call it the molecule. It's when she goes vertical and then turns into a molecule. Outside of running away, if you get caught within, a couple feet of her when she molecules, in your opinion, what is the best way to dodge that?
Klein said co-op players have an advantage.
But
Klein said the lag makes it easier to dodge.
Oh. What about if you're a solo Marty?
Klein said but in solo, you can run in a circle to throw her off.
Even if you're up close?
Klein said yes.
Okay. So patience and running in a circle around. What has been the coolest thing for you about this experience?
Klein said the fact that I am now known by a lot of players.
Is there any part of you that wants to do any content creation or any lore or any sort of online content around your character?
Klein said I'm thinking about making a couple videos actually.
Nice, very cool. All right, if you're cool with it, we have a bunch of questions from the community. I'm gonna ask some of these questions if you're okay with it.
Klein said, hey, it's Dan.
If you're enjoying the video, hit the like button. It helps out a ton. Thank you. So this first question is from TJ Man 112. He said, if you ran a 0 Vig build, do you think you'd be able to beat Melania in under 1600 deaths? I need to pre-screen these questions.
Klein said I once helped a LVL9 host fight her. Klein said so I think so.
This is from 108 minutes. What is your favorite boss from all the Souls games outside of Melania?
Klein said I'd say Index Gundur.
Index Gundur, I got you. This is from Sir Coolio, says, have you received any recognition or any contact from Soft for going so viral?
Klein said yes. Bandai Namco is sending me a token of recognition.
Can you tell us more about the token of recognition? Do you know what it's gonna be? Yo, that's amazing. Of course, Miyazaki respects.
Klein said it's been delayed, but I don't know the details yet.
When you get it, are you gonna post it to your Twitter account? Or would you consider posting it?
Klein said yes.
Okay, cool. Next question is from TJ Man 112, says, if you had to estimate how many total times you fought Melania, how many times do you think that's been?
Klein said total times fought would be around 3,000.
Of those 3,000, how many do you think you've won?
Klein said killed is about 1,700 right now.
Okay. So you're, I mean, for lack of a better math term, you're batting about 50-50. If someone summons you and you don't, for some reason it doesn't work out, like you lose, will you go back in? Like how often will they call you back in?
Klein said I'd say likely.
A decent amount, like, okay, cool. Next question is from Coma Crew 92, says, let me solo her. Do you think the Melania fight is actually balanced and a good boss? So what is your opinion on the balance of Melania?
Klein said I think she is pretty balanced since I've mastered her.
Where do you rank Melania in terms of most difficult Souls bosses of all time?
Klein said 8/10.
8 out of 10. Who do you think is the most difficult Dark Souls boss of all time?
Klein said Midder, the Dark Eater.
This is from Schlomsky. It says, have you practiced fighting Melania with weapons other besides ROB? If so, what are some of your favorite weapons? Also, can you also tell us what your main build is for people that are unfamiliar?
Klein said Blade of Calling, both handing Uchigatana.
Is it Guchitana?
Klein said most points are on Dex and Stamina.
Dex and Stamina. Okay, I understand. Next question is, who is your favorite character inspired by you? For example, they say, let me solo me, etc. Do you have a favorite impersonator?
Klein said I'd say let us duo her and let me date her.
I'm unfamiliar with that character. What is the meme or the rough character lore behind that character?
Klein said let me duo her and I fought Melania together.
GDC Sarcasm says, what boss in a From Soft game gave you the most trouble?
Klein said Melania or Gundur.
Hans Wolfman wants to know, how many attempts did it take you to beat Melania the first time solo? Look at this.
Klein said 242.
Okay, that's fair. Catfish Trout wants to know, what Souls experience did you have before Elden Ring?
Klein said Dark Souls 3 was my first Souls game.
Okay. Pop.com wants to know, how do you feel about other players following in your footsteps?
Klein said I'm proud of them for trying to follow in my footsteps.
That's cool. This is from Hidoshira. Zero says, how does it feel to have physical merch of your character? There's a 3D printed figure, and I've seen the famous 3-part panel with a cosplayer of your character in Melania.
Klein said I bought a t-shirt myself and got a figurine from a fan.
What's the best place for people to contact you regarding Let Me Solo Her?
Klein said I prefer to be summoned randomly.
Why is that? Why do you prefer to be summoned randomly?
Klein said so I can help people who really need help.
Yeah, that is so wholesome. Like, Let Me Solo Her is the true superhero we need in Souls game. Not in it for the fame, the glory, the pogs, just to take out Melania. That's awesome. Okay, speaking of superhero characters, Mike the Ghost says, why the choice to use the pot helmet? What was the decision behind that?
Klein said half meme and half memento from Alexander.
Was there any other considerations when forming Let Me Solo Her? Was there like a second helmet, or was there anything else that almost made the cut?
Klein said I considered using Blad's head or Melania's helmet.
Got it. I think part of the magic was that the character looks like it does, you know, like that's something that just is naturally pretty funny. I think it's cool the way it worked out. Next question says, it's from It's Giraffe. If you could choose to make Melania even harder, what would you change about her?
Klein said give her a third phase.
No, thank you. That stand says, did you figure out how to dodge waterfowl by yourself, or did you use like guides or YouTube?
Klein said mostly, but I watched some YouTubers.
Got it. Dr. Samalam wants to know, what are your thoughts on Vig?
Klein said very important. Don't get one shot, please.
Actual Phony says, aside from no armor with a pot on the head, what is your favorite armor set in the game?
Klein said Night set, hardcore Dark Souls fan.
That's what I'm talking. I thought the helmet looked sweet too. I was about that. Everyone's like, no, it's too boring. I think the silver like heater helmet looked cool. All right, this question's from Cheetos. Says, what type of soundtrack or music do you listen to in the Melania fight, if any?
Klein said I listen to the boss theme, or some epic anime soundtracks.
What is your favorite anime of all time?
Klein said that's a tough question, I have several.
Okay, what are your several favorites?
Klein said Hunter x Hunter, Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer.
What are your thoughts on Death Note?
Klein said I watched half of first season. Klein said main character is cool.
I'll tell you what, let me solar, PR ready. No BM on Death Note. Next question is from Argon Matrix says, are there any other bosses you like to help people with, or is it exclusively Melania?
Klein said I like to fight Fire Giant.
Hannah Calzone wants to know, what is the first video game you've ever played?
Klein said Overwatch, a big fan.
First game, wow. Next question is, can you walk us through your wake up routine? This is as let me solo her to prepare for a day of Melania slaughter.
Klein said I get into game, and I just go straight to it.
How long on average will you do a let me solo her session for?
Klein said about 10 to 20 games nowadays.
That's not that much. 10 to 20. What is that? It's probably like an hour or two. Chad, if you get in with Let Me Solar, it is a unique experience, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Don't throw it away by playing bad. Murphy Obb says, what do you think about the Summon Spirit Ash mod someone made of you? Would you like to be a spirit in the game officially?
Klein said I remember them asking me for permission to use my likeness, so it was cool.
What's next for Let Me Solo Her? Do you think we'll see Let Me Solo Her pop up anywhere else?
Klein said I am excited for DLC.
How does he... Look, I'm not going to question Let Me Solo Her knowing about DLC, but I'm not saying Let Me Solo Her has a direct phone line to Miyazaki since he's getting a unique lore item shipped to him, but I'm not saying that either. Confirmed DLC, first time world premiere from Let Me Solo Her. Kyumba says, what is your favorite weapon in Elden Ring?
Klein said Uchigatana.
Uchitana. What is your... Okay, look. Let Me Solar is not given one BM answer. This is not BM, but we're just asking, what is your least favorite weapon? Or let me strike that. What is the weapon you're least likely to use in Elden Ring?
Klein said /TTC whips.
Whips, does not like whips. I got you, okay. Do people in your real life know about Let Me Solo Her? Like, have you told people in your real life?
Klein said /TTC, yes they do. Some have learned about it before I told them.
What? So they knew about Let Me Solo Her before you told them. How did you reveal to your friends that it was you?
Klein said I just told them, hey, I'm popular on Reddit.
What was the reaction when you said that?
Klein said some were blown away, LOL.
Were there any other characters you've played in any other Souls games online that you stuck to, or characters you've created that have been out there?
Klein said not in others, but I used to cosplay as Melania when fighting Melania.
Oh, so Let Me Solar, as we wrap things up here, for people that are still struggling with Melania and want a chance to play with Let Me Solar Her, do you have a time or like a rough schedule on when you're normally on? I mean, not a schedule, but if someone wants to increase their odds of playing with you, what's the best way for them to do that?
Klein said 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. CST. Around LVL 180.
What is the lowest level you've beaten Melania at?
Klein said LVL 9.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna modify the question. Hot Soup wants to know so we fought Melania 1,671 times. What is your official prediction on the attempts it's gonna take for us to beat her?
Klein said 1,800.
Chat, we're due. All right, we got one more question. Hold on. Murphy Ob says no question. Just want to say thank you for being so awesome and so wholesome to the Souls community. Let me Solar, last question for you. What is your favorite thing about the Elden Ring experience?
Klein said that there's a whole influx of new players. Klein said new experiences.
That's awesome. Yo, let me solo her. Thank you so much for coming on and agreeing to join us on your day off. I might add you. I really appreciate you taking time out. Be sure to check out Let Me Solo Her on Twitter. And last question, Let Me Solo Her. For people that want to honor Let Me Solo Her in their Elden Ring playthrough or playing online, is there something they can do to show honor?
Klein said I use group password LMSH.
Got you. Would you be willing to send this thing out? Would you be willing to 1v1 us in a duel of fists?
Klein said yes.
Okay. Before we do that, we're gonna set a prop bet. Who do you think's gonna win this fight? Fists only, Sir Soyid or Let Me Solo Her? Let me just, if I were a betting man and we never bet against ourselves, I would probably put money on Let Me Solo Her. Ladies and gentlemen, a once in a lifetime chance, 1v1 versus Let Me Solo Her in a duel of fists. Come get some. A 1v1 situation. First we just got to give him a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Little jump punch here. There we go. Nice and easy. We're going to try to work the ribs here. Chad, if we win this, who's going to back down first? Oh, look at that. We got the upper hand. We have the upper hand, chat. We have the upper hand. We had it. Can you punch in the back? Nice and easy. Oh, look at that. Working the ribs, chat. We win this one. We're 25-1 underdogs. No one gave Sir Soyid a chance. Come on, get off the ropes, kid. Get off the ropes. Get off the ropes. Can't win taking those shots. Quick jump attack. Watch this putt. There we go. Work. How come we're not punching with both hands? Wait, he can hear us talking. He can hear us talking. On the Discord. Hold on. Chad, that was the new tech. L to him. There we go. Chat, we see that little stun punch? There we go. Couple more of those. How come we can't spleen them? All right, Let Me Solo Her. You want to know the second part of the fight? Second part of the fight is with one character gets down to half health, we can use a dagger. Do you have a dagger on you? Phase 2? Our backs against the wall. Okay, hold on. Hold on, we got this. Gucci Tana? Chat, we got one shot. We have to hit the haymaker. That's our only chance right there. That's our only chance. Look. No one said, they said we couldn't beat Let Me Solo Her. They said we couldn't. But we're about to. Look at that. Chad, we got a shot here. Wait, wait, why is his health going up? Oh, they said we could beat her. Good fight. GG. Thank you for joining us. It was quite the battle.
Klein said thanks for being such a fun community.
Yo, thanks so much, ladies and gentlemen. Check out Let Me Solo Her on Twitter. Tweet your favorite memes at them. Just hit them with a couple mugs. But thank you so much for joining us.
Klein said also good luck fighting Melania.
Thanks. Do you have any tips for us with our zero vig full strength build?
Klein said don't get hit.
Want to catch up on the Dan Gheesling Show because you can't catch it live on Twitch? Then go to youtube.com/Dan Gheesling Plays. There you'll find every single one of our live shows cut up in an easily digestible episode for your viewing pleasure. Episodes are up within a couple days of the show, so you're never too far behind if you want to catch up and watch live. That's youtube.com/DanGheeslingPlays to watch anything you might have missed on Twitch.